Well, hey, Stampin' Friends, Darlene with Darlene Stamps. So, finally got my pumpkin, and this one took a little bit more effort to get some alternates. So, today I'm just going to kind of show a little bit about this kit and the stamp set. Has these arches, kind of reminds me of McDonald's. And it has You're Amazing and Hey, um, Oh Happy Day. So it had some fun things in it, but to try to get something out quick enough, and whew, there's some demonstrators and Stampin' Up! Pumpkin people who have already been out on the YouTube. So anyhow, the kit comes with the ink spot, the stamp set, this pretty paper, this pink paper, and the set. And the set comes all together, and I've already disassembled one of them and put it together for you. So I don't generally make the samples, sometimes to show, but not necessarily for the sake of the alternates. So I wanted to go ahead and this one I'm going to show it later because I have a little tip I want to show you. So anyhow, here's some cards that I made, and some people do it different. I try to make them up, and then I've had some people leave comments like, how did you do this, or how did you do this? And so, but for the most part, it's just a matter of just using the supplies in there. I actually had gotten a pre-order. When you're a demonstrator, not only do you get a 25% discount on all your supplies, which if you're into that, let me know because I am. And so I was able to get the in colors, which is the honey, the cinnamon. I don't remember all the names already. I have to learn those. And the magenta and the moonlight. So that actually, Misty Moonlight is the stamp spot that we've got for our kit. So I already had some of the paper. So that may be something that is not readily available to most. So just know that I had the pumpkin pie already. So I use that throughout the whole thing. And then I do try to take the cards and I always separate them because the designer paper and the white I just separate, so it expands my kit. So anyhow, these are a little bit smaller than some, but this is one of the background cards, and then I used our border on that, and of course this is our stitched framelits. So just a little bit of a note on that. This one uses that same paper, and you can recognize the stitched cutout on that, and then on this on top. Just simple, but just utilizing it. This is the inside of the envelope, but it matches the Purple Posy base that they already provided. So those would just be simple. This one probably is my favorite just because it looks happy. Just scalloping the sign, kind of giving a swerve there, putting this down for the bottom, and then just taking the card base out. And you can see that here's my remnant of my card base. And then these are the little embellishments that come with it. So I wanted to pop out that magenta is one of the colors in there. That's another card. This one, okay, this is a fun one. I have not made one of these before, but I used my framelits and did a smaller hole and then the scallop one on the outside. So that's how I get it. But this is a floating card. So let me just get this in here. And isn't that cute? All right, so we have that for one of my samples. Then this one actually is an idea from Rachel Tessman. And I did a little different, but liked the idea of the fudge bar and happiest of birthday. So I tried, because I don't have, the inks are not out yet. So the in color paper was, but not the ink. So all that I had from this was the pumpkin. I already had that. And then this, actually, this little stick was the crumb cake. But last month in Weather Together, this little striped like water was in there. So I kind of gave that wood stick thing. Now this one, all right, so this one is probably design-wise one of my favorites, but I somehow, I'm not sure the humidity, my vellum buckled. So anyhow, but that's the idea of that. And then this one, if I can get kind of close, I want to show you this. That's the embossing. And this is a thicker emboss, so it gives it more of a gel. So anyhow, so that, and then I did the layer of, obviously, of the pumpkin. So I pulled that pumpkin out in there. And then I already had these candy dots. This one was fun. Little happy face. This is using the cloud that comes in the kit and the embellishment. And then I just took the Oh Happy Day and just cut it. So it kind of gives me a different look than just a straight line. And this one, just using, I really am getting to like this magenta color. But I used the background and just did my scallop on there. I actually cut this out and then did the background, so it kind of popped a little bit. I probably would have, I was putting it through, I probably would have raised that. So you're probably thinking the same thing. Yep, that would have been good raised. This one is just fun, very spring, very summery, and simple. This actually is a border that Stampin' Up! Had, so I wanted to put that in there for a little bit of color and getting some embellishments on there. And then this is using the paper piecing, and I just cut out the, from last month, same kind of, different clouds, obviously, because it came with our kit, but the stamping the boots on twice, one on the paper, one on the actual label, and then cutting those out. And the last one, simple, not last one, second to last. This is just for a guy. This is the orange is the paper pumpkin is the envelope, and so the white came in the kit. It's just a matter of cutting it out so it matches the size of that label, and then using this background. Just Oh Happy Day. Okay, so this one, trying to get this stamp set to speak to me was a bit challenging, and it may come to me in the middle of the night. Like I said, these remind me of a happy face. It reminds me of McDonald's. I even thought of using it like a cup, like with a straw and like for a drink, but that's a pretty big drink. So anyhow, so I did penguins. It kind of reminded me of an igloo. So I used the clouds, obviously, but I want to show you a trick. So on solid colors, and this is the only color I have. So in these solid images, sometimes you will find that you don't get a strong pigment. So this would probably have been one I would have used on my stamping apparatus or a Misty, because I could stamp it multiple times. Because I didn't, I wanted to show this blender pin is dual tip, and it's something that I don't think is utilized as often, but I wanted to show you if you get paper pumpkins and you get all these beautiful ink spots. First, I always store them upside down, kind of keeps them moist. I also can get the ink refills to refill them. That way, it's on a budget trying to do that. But if you get these and you don't have any other reason to buy stamps, you can get stamp pads. You can get the blender pen, and then what it will do is it'll pick up any pigment you have. Now, I don't want it too dark, but I can basically take my, and blend it out. I can take my area that the ink didn't match, didn't make it, and feather that in. And then that'll dry a little bit because it looks like it's too dark, but it'll dry. But that kind of gives you, and then you just basically get all that until it gets clear and it's ready for the next ink. So I thought that would be kind of a good tip to kind of show you. But anyhow, this one was, again, a little stretch, but I saw the mounds as far as, okay, what kind of mounds? There's a pile of leaves, of hay, a bumblebee honeycomb, all kinds of things. And so, but I had these little cute guys, and then it gave me an opportunity of sharing the way to color that in. So I also try, when you're doing a card, to pull extra dimension in, try using the ink to your sentiment to maybe match your base. Anyhow, that is the simple part of my paper pumpkin, and I'm hoping that this is striking some interest, looking at the elements of how you can take something that comes and you're like, well, not kind of crazy about that one, but maybe it's something that I can work with. So of all of our ingenious people out there that do a lot of pumpkins and alternates, I hope this has given you some creativity. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the bell. This is something that if you hit the bell, it means that when I load a video, you're the first to get it. So thank you so much. Have a great day and keep on stamping.